It's exactly why we have to redo every single design for this release. It is a new day. I know I left you on pretty a depressing mood last night. That's just kind of how it is, and I feel like I do this to myself quite a bit. I feel like I set a date where I say, I'm going to record everything I do today, and then when I actually get into it, I just feel like putting my head down and working, because that's what I typically do. And I know it's going to be super dark in this video right now, so you're just going to have to deal with it for now. Maybe I'll put something over this. But I feel like that's like my default, is just to put my head down and work, which is what I do 9 times out of 10, and it's really not conducive for video making. The other thing that doesn't help a lot is that I mean, I'm not special. My life is made of consistency and routine. Like, I make my content for my Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I do comments. I answer everyone's questions. I answer emails. That's what I do every single day. I mean, that is a majority of my time at home is spent doing that, which is the same thing day in and day out. There's not a whole lot to even show with it. But on the same token, I feel like I need to show you guys because I know I'm in a boat that some of you want to be in. Not necessarily with the clothing line, but we run a business that is profiting money, which is a lot more than a lot of people can say. No matter how much they want to pretend that they've got a successful business. And I'm not trying to say that we're successful right now, but I can tell you that we are making money. And that's a lot more than a lot of people can say. And I feel like I need to be that person that gives back and shows you guys how I do it, but so much of it's routine and in my own head that it's hard for me to kind of document that. And that's kind of what I need to go back to, is documenting, because when I get into that headspace, I feel like I need to show you guys how to do something, how to do an Instagram post, how to run an ad, how to do XYZ. And I don't think some of you guys are interested in that, and I can build off of that, maybe separate videos, but I think for the most part, I need to go back to actually documenting everything I do and just making this just like an actual story of my life, which is what this is. So I appreciate you guys hanging with me while I try to figure this out. I'm going to try to make today better. No promises, but I'll try to have the camera rolling at least 90% of the day while I'm at home, so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. Appreciate it.
A born hustler, mom engraved me with the words. She always told me I was perfect, son, go get what you deserve. There's winners and there's losers, stay upon the former king. Bite your tongue for not assaulting, fuck opinions till it stings. Oh, see, ain't nobody gonna hand you no help, and ain't no cosigns or label, mom, I did it myself. Ain't no complaints on my side, ain't no excuse I could blame. I cut the grass to view the snakes, but yet I treat them the same. Remaining humble, case I stumble, yet they still say I changed. Don't force my hand, I let it spill until they brain rearrange. And artists of the century, a man they told you look up, the one that swing his words like Spartan swords till God say enough. I never stop unless he say so, I'm not the one to unleash. Producers, Hail Mary my DM, please just snap on my beats, cause I'm the one, nobody like me, no one's like me, that's facts. I'm all drive, I change the standard every time that I gas. I work to find the finer things up in my life, so I hustle. I work to find the finer things up in my life, so I hustle. I work to find the finer things up in my life, so I hustle. I work to find the finer things up in my life, so I hustle. I said I'm D-Rock with the lyrics, I shoot everything walking. I'm all precision, bad decisions, taught the language I'm talking. I'm chalking white lines for the labels who said I never turn heads. The type of dudes I leave on scene cause they once left me on red. Peeping phantoms, taking meetings at hotels at a budget. Private face-to-face encounters that the cameras make public. Sitting down with
actually, before this, let's just do a quick progression. I shot the entire first year of content on this.
Dang,
this phone. Not this one in particular, but an iPhone. And then when we got married, I hijacked your equipment, and we started.
Yeah, you were so scared to use it. I even let you borrow it before we got married, I think, and you were like, no, it's okay. Really, it's okay.
We use this baby, and we have 3 different lenses for us. This was our TI1. Is that what this is? This is a Rebel TI1?
T1i Rebel.
T1i, that's what it is.
Yeah.
EOS, it's actually the first evolution of what we shoot on now. And we're going to flip-flop between them because I've never done like a side-by-side video comparison of the two. With the one we've been using, you have so much more control over settings where you can change the light, we can change the ISO, we can change so much during the actual filming. The only downside is with this one, this is not a full frame camera. And it worked well because we had 3 different lenses we could use. We had a 50mm fixed length lens, which is what Laura's using now, and then we had 2 that had a variable zoom and variable focus on them, which were great. But since these are not optimized for full frame cameras, we cannot use these on that.
So we're down to 1 lens. So we're down
on
to
one
50mm prime lens.
Prime lens that cannot zoom.
Yeah, that's what the prime means.
Cool, Laura.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so she's kind of the camera geek. I just kind of am along for the ride. So I'm going to switch over real quick and I will show you our new camera that we now shoot with. And it helps if I put an SD card in here. Here's our new baby. Ta-da! Which cannot do this.
But I can unwind it very nicely.
Yes, you can.
It's got a pretty cool strap on it.
That's the selling feature you want to point out, is that our camera has a...
What camera it is, bro?
So what is it?
It is an EOS 5D.
Bam!
And it's a Canon, as you can see. I've actually never really used a Nikon, so I can't really say, Canon's better than Nikon.
It is.
But I've always used Canons, so it's what I'm used to, so it's better. We only have 1 lens, like we said, it's a 50 prime. We'll look and see what lens we need to invest in later.
Because Alex likes this.
It is nice to have the zoom, and 50, if you don't really understand how close that is, that's fairly zoomed in. So
very zoomed in.
You can only get so close to somebody with actually being able to focus because it's already pretty zoomed in. But this camera is pretty awesome because you have a lot of control. It has a lot more range for the shutter speed and for your image sensitivity to light. And then obviously your lens itself changes your aperture functions and abilities. But the camera itself is pretty cool. Alex really likes, and I really like, the amount of control you get with the video aspect as well, because you can control a lot more of the light settings. And so it allows you to take a lot better videos in lower light as well, which is nice because the office tends to be kind of dark because we don't have the best light switches. So yeah, it's gonna make all of our videos a lot better, I think. I think it's gonna help our pictures out a lot.
Yeah, let's throw some of those up there. Give me some like sound effects. Yeah. Bingo. Yeah. So we took Laura. There's no we. Laura took some really cool photos of when we were down at Brown County this weekend, which is like it's a state park here in Indiana.
Yeah.
And we got some cool pictures, so we'll toss them up there. And I'm really looking forward to shooting our first video on... Actually, I'm curious to see how they stack up. That stacks up to this, sound-wise and like video-wise. Because we could never shoot in HD on this guy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Really?
I can shoot in 720. But I can shoot in...
This is 1080.
1080.
Yep, so better quality video, better quality pictures, and it's just, it's a bigger camera too, it's heavier.
Yeah.
Noticeably. But it's cool.
So yeah, there's but by no stretch of the imagination do you have to have that.
No.
like I said, I started the first full year of our entire content was shot on my iPhone. Then we switched to this camera, which is not a full frame camera. It's still a very nice camera, but that one is definitely a step up. And still, that Mark III is not the best camera. There's plenty.
It is a Mark III. I forgot to mention that.
There's plenty of YouTubers who use nicer cameras than that. Is because we're still figuring everything out. We by no stretch of the imagination have everything figured out, and I think it's perfectly acceptable. I will, and I know you will continue to own up whenever we make failures, whenever we have mistakes, because on the flip side of that, there are so many times already that we've gone above and beyond what we expected, and we've absolutely killed it. And I think that's one big thing, is to really, when you know you have failures, when you know you've messed up, own it. Because I think that's what we've done. And it's hard in the moment. I mean, in the moment, my gut reaction is to just start. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I get real emotional, very quickly. Especially when, with this, it's because I've got so much invested in this, time, energy, money, and I just feel like we should be so much farther, and I feel like we should not make mistakes ever. But that's part of the process. And the only way to get better at it is to keep doing it, which is exactly why we went back to the drawing board. We kind of scrapped some ideas from last night. We're going to thicken some stuff up. We've just got new stuff to try.
And they're not even ideas just from last night. I mean, these are ideas that we've had planned out for at least a couple weeks now, but until we actually went to print, we didn't realize that they weren't going to work.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's the reason why we do test stuff. Why I want to start doing more test stuff like this. Like, I don't have a whole lot of experience doing like hand script and turning that into screens. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's decent. But if you get close in on this, you can definitely see where I've got like pen lines from my Sharpie. Then this is not straight at all. So I've got to do some more touch-up work with these. And that's the whole reason we do testing, is because I want to keep. I want to keep getting better. I want to keep taking our business up and up and up and up. And we're not going to get there unless we own up to our mistakes. And we own up to the fact that we are going to make mistakes. And just be upfront with you guys. And all we can do is learn from them and make changes and do better. It's really that simple. You can either let those failures eat you alive, or you can do something about it, make a change, and make it happen.
Oh, listen.